Well, hey everybody. Look at me at my pharmacy. Oh, yeah. Oh, you know, figured I'd check in again, see how everybody's doing. Oh, we got hit in Cleveland. Well, everybody got hit. It looked like across the United States. It's pretty bad coming out of Texas. We were supposed to get ice after that rainfall. Um, thank God those temperatures never hit us. It was it was rough. It was rough. Um, I kept up with the kids. I'm amazed. 36-hour shift pushing snow, and it just didn't stop for what seemed like days. Um, but we got it. We finally got a handle on it. I got home. I don't know if I've eaten anything real or not at this point. I want to be in front of my barbecue, let me tell you. But yeah, then I go last night to do a client, friend of mine, not even a client, just a friend of mine. Um, and no sooner do I get out the door than I get a call to come back to work. I'm like, I'm beat. I'll give you a couple of hours. Turned into 12. Yeah. Um, go to one of the locations, and I swear it had to be over 12 inches. I left pumpkin marks from my rear axle coming in the driveway. Um, so it had to have been almost 12 inches deep in this commercial parking lot. It's unbelievable how much snow we've gotten, and it's all becoming a blur. That's why I love snow. You get started, you stay ahead of it, you're golden. You can put in a couple of hours. You get a real one, and you just stay at it, and you go, and you go, and you go. I can't tell you how many inches total. It seems really weird that the national doesn't keep track on a daily basis. Something I could go back and give you the measurements on, but um, I want to say it was anywhere from 7 to 12 total after the 32 hour or 36-hour shift, and then that weird storm that crept up on us 2 nights ago. I don't even know where that came from. Of course, I wasn't looking at that when I got home. That was the last thing I was thinking. I just wanted sleep. Um, I got 3 hours, woke right back up, and just sat here like a zombie for hours. But I feel like I'm rested enough. I'm ready to go back. And this week's full of more snow. Of course, the percentages are a whole lot better. We're looking at 37%, maybe a 52%. So I'm looking at it going, well, okay, we've got two more storms coming in, so I'm going to pick up some more hours this week, but I don't know how much snow we're actually going to get. And we've run out of salt. I can't tell you how many times. And we're talking 60 ton a pop. Um, it's just been horrendous. It's been a rough year. The Woolly Bear predicted it, said it was going to come in hardcore and then back off the rest of the season. Um, I don't know if any of you follow the Woolly Bear thing. I see a couple of you here now. But yeah, the ribbons, the fur ribbons on them were in the right position. They said it's going to roar in and then calmly go out. So I might get my birthday off. It's starting to look like I've got a really good chance of it. We'll see. We'll see. And then there's another snowstorm right after. Um, I don't know whether to file for 2 days off or not. I don't know. I don't know. Somewhere in there, I want a barbecue. Uh, oh, that reminds me. Um, Texas Radio with Ann Beal has contacted me again. Wants me to come on and do another Green Wizard show. But then she also asked me to do a barbecue show because she's watching me on Facebook and she's like, I don't know anybody that barbecues as much as you do. Well, I've got one or two grills. You know, I can cook a little bit. I'm not great at it. I do okay. I hold my own. I'm not ready to open a restaurant as much as I would enjoy doing it. I'm just not at that stage. I don't think I ever will be. You know, I'm going to be 54. Babysitting a barbecue every night of the week, 8 and 12 hours a night to have all the food ready for everybody. That's not in the cards at this point. I could probably condition myself to it, but oh man. And I've tried live streaming a couple of times. My phone just, it's either there's too much weather or something too much. I can't get it to live stream to save my life, to bring any of the video in off the cell phone. And the one place they've got me locked into right now, I can't videotape any of that anyways. That's not a good idea. It's just the location. It's not appropriate to show the location and show what's going on there. And the place is huge. I wish I could show you. And we go from multiple conditions, from cement slabs to blacktop to gravel. We have all three conditions there, spread across a gigantic, what seems like 3, 4, 5 football fields worth of driveways. It's a plower's nightmare, but at some points it's like, this is going to be fun because there's just so much and so many different conditions. Then I got asked the other day, why are you watching snow plowing videos? Don't you get enough of that already in your regular job? This last snowstorm, that 36-hour shift I put in, we dealt with probably 4 different types of snow falling over that 36 hours. And it was different all across the United States. What they got in Southern Ohio was not what we got here. They had some really weird snow going on there. So yeah, watching the videos and then watching the different plow blades, the different types of plow blades, and how the snow rolls, or mounds up, or crystallizes, or slushes up, or every condition is a little bit different. You have to handle it a little bit different. I just deal with a flat blade, so snow is going to handle differently in front of my truck than it's going to handle on a box blade versus a V blade versus a wide out versus a all of these handle snow differently. I would not want to be running a V blade with the hydraulics in slush conditions. That is so much pressure against the hydraulics, and they're so expensive to get repaired. Just would not be. But a whiteout with extensions, that would be that I would do. When you're taking your blade from 9 to 12 feet, because you're putting out 1.5 feet on either side on hydraulic rams, but they stay straight. And you can get wings on it, so it'll hold more. That would be fun. I appreciate what all these snowplow drivers go through. My city alone, people don't want to get off the street. They don't care that there's a snow ban. They're not shoveling their driveway. They're going to leave their car in the street. They just don't care. And these poor snowplow drivers, 3 of our biggest trucks went down out of the 6 in our fleet. And we've got a big city here in Garfield. it's been rough. It's been a rough season. But when all the cards line up and everything works out, the plow drivers get it handled. And I come in laughing right behind them and clean off the edge of my driveway and laugh at the neighbors and go in the house and go get some sleep. And they're all just kind of looking at me like, you're not going to come over here and do mine for free? What the hell? Well, I'm tired. I'm lucky to not hit my own house, let alone come over and help somebody else. And the mountain that's in my front yard of piled snow, the kids would love. They'd be building an igloo in there if they came outside and played in the snow. But these kids today, I don't know. I was coming home from the job last night or yesterday afternoon. Sun was out. Things were starting to cook nice. And I was in another city. And I come by an elderly gentleman. It looked like he had a rented paddle snowblower because of all the tags hanging off of it. I didn't talk to the gentleman, but it looked like he was struggling. So I went down the street and came back. And without him realizing I was behind him and he was headed back up his driveway cleaning something else up, I dropped my plow blade and shoved the apron off. Then went to a neighbor's yard, turned around because the traffic was unbearable and they weren't stopping to let me do anything. And then I got the other side of his driveway and shoved that out of the way so that he could put his trash cans on the tree lawn like we're supposed to. And then I just waved and drove off. I know it's gonna, be one of them things where he's gonna appreciate what I did and probably want to say something, but I don't do it for that. I'm here. I'm glad I can help, type of thing. Just that's what it's about. Helping your neighbor, helping those in need. These kids today, they could do so much and learn so much and get improved physical condition just pushing a little bit of snow every day. But that's not in their wheelhouse. I did it as a kid. What are they calling it? The snowstorm of 76 or 78 or whatever it was that hit Cleveland. They were trying to compare the snowfall we just had, where I put in the 36 hours, to that blizzard that came in. Now, yeah, they had lower temperatures and a lot more wind. But that last snowstorm we had, that thing came in, I want to say Wednesday night at like 9:00, and it was just a slow start. And by midnight, we already had 2 inches on the ground. And it didn't take much. We all started at midnight. I plowed off one storefront and then went over to the job site. And 36 hours later, I was driving home. It didn't take much, but that was solid. Never slowed down. Visibility was terrible. Quarter mile, maybe. It was bad. It was bad. I was kind of glad I was stuck on one property versus having to travel to all the other locations that we do. I did leave about 7 a.m., 6:30, 7 a.m. to do one parking lot that my truck can get into, because there's a bar over top to keep trucks off this parking lot, because we're on the top side of it cleaning it. Yeah, it was rough. Broke my plow. The ram on one side got bent I mean, we're hitting a lot of snow. We're pushing a lot. We're doing a lot. We're not doing any damage. We're taking the damage on the trucks. You know, people don't realize this equipment takes a beating in that stuff. They think shoveling it is hard and dealing with a little bit of ice and what gets rolled into their driveway. They don't realize what our plows go through. These city trucks are set up with that plow blade almost welded into a position because it would be just too costly maintaining all the hydraulics to have a swivel blade out there. You know, I appreciate what these guys are doing. I get it. You know, my neighbors were looking at me funny after that shift. Can you help? Can you help? And I'm like, I'm exhausted. I can't be held responsible for any damage because I'm just so tired. I passed exhaustion yesterday. You know, but it's the old man thing. Got to keep up with the kids. Got to keep up with the kids. This old man shouldn't be keeping up with the kids. Those guys knocked it out of the ballpark and just kept going. I am so impressed with the people that they teamed me up with for this property. They have done an incredible job keeping up. Yeah, I pushed a lot of people to the limits and a lot of hurt feelings. But it's just one of those things when you've got guys on a location for that many hours and they're taking so much pride in their work, you're going to have that. Now, if I get them to understand not to be eating the junk food that they're eating, I can't tell you how many bags of chips I saw and how much garbage food they were ingesting to try and keep awake and keep motivated and keep energized. And you know, after my first, I think it was about the 18-hour mark, I finally ran out of coffee and I was burnt. It was before midnight the next day. I finally had to go refuel, so I got another cup of coffee. Gas station coffee. Oh my God. Oh my God. But that'll rack you awake. It helps. It's not the best thing for you, but it helps. You know, and then they're telling us to just take a break for a little while, let the trucks just sit and idle and just don't do anything and try and relax, guys. And all you're seeing is more snow piling back up where you had just plowed. I got this one parking lot where we have entry gates throughout the parking lot. And because of where the gates are, the snow was drifting in this really weird way. You could see the parking lot had been plowed once because the majority of the areas not near these gates was down to pavement. But in where the cars were and where the gates are, just filled right back up another 6 inches. It was like nobody had even been there. I don't plow that way. When I get in a lot, I stay and plow the whole thing. We're running out of places to put it all, but oh well. So have you guys been paying attention to the price of meat? Because I was looking at doing some barbecuing, thinking it would be, you know, enjoyable to get out there. It's too cold. I'm not doing it right now. Last night when she asked, I checked the temperature. It was 14. I'm not going outside to barbecue. Not that I can't handle it and do it. I just don't want to. I'm in desperate need of a tomahawk steak right now, but yeah, I'm not going out there and standing in that cold for the hour it's going to take to cook that. It ain't happening. But yeah, I kind of got wind that the meat prices were going to skyrocket. I never expected to see $9 a pound ground meat. That's 3 times what I paid for it a year ago. Just unbelievable what is going on. And they're still pushing that needle deeper and deeper. And it's just, wow. When is it going to stop? When do we reach the bottom of this pit and start coming back the other direction? Yeah, now I'll go at the Green Wizard. You know, a lot of people talk about being vegan and only eating plants and vegetables and what have you. It's important to get that soil healthy. Without that microbial life in the soil, I don't care what you add. And this goes to the Bloomin' Mineral crowd. The few of you know who you are. If that soil's not healthy, if you don't have that microbial life going in there, it don't matter what you put down. It don't matter what you add. You're not going to get the absorption rate that a plant necessarily needs. Like the NPK crowd. They're not getting it. They're not understanding. You can get far healthier food out of your garden by addressing the soil and staying on top of it. The guide is here to help. I don't have all the absolute answers. I'm sure that if I were to really search the internet and ask a bunch of questions, I could probably find sources of outside my area microbes and bacteria that I could add to my soil and bring up the microbiome but I want the local. I want what's going to thrive and be the healthiest locally. That's why I kind of advocate towards the side of don't bring in topsoil, because you're bringing in foreign materials that could be just from a city away, 15 miles. It's totally different 15 miles away. The soil microbiology is totally different 15 miles away. I see the difference 40 feet away in my neighbor's yard. Plants grow differently under different conditions. You should not bring in unknown microbiome, throw that in with yours, and expect improvement. Yes, there are millions and millions and millions of these things out there, but they're different in different hemispheres and different locations. You know, your grow zone in Olmsted Falls is going to be different than it is in Cleveland. There's differences. So building up the soil in your yard, in your conditions, is going to give you the best results without bringing in foreign, potentially toxic materials. Now, yes, there's ways around all of that. You can grow as much sunflower as you want and remove dangerous things from your soil. See, and that comes out wrong too. It sounds like I'm knocking all of it, and they're going to just be bringing in nothing but toxic waste into your yard. No. The measurements of iron and copper and some of these other things are going to be unknown when you bring it in. Where your soils you've been growing in, you've potentially already taken those out of your soils. Potentially. By adding sunflowers, you just top it off. You make it cleaner. You go that step further. That's what we're looking at. So yeah, I just thought I would check in. You know, we got hit again, another 7 inches. I think this is like the third storm now. So it was like we got the first storm dropped 17 inches. We got a dusting after that. Then we had a lull. Then we got hit with the 40-hour, 45-hour storm, which gave us another solid 7 or 8 inches. And then the one that snuck up last night. So we're looking at 4 have hit us so far since January 1st. And maybe more. They salted off. I wasn't paying attention. I was just running the cleanup after the fact. And yeah, that's a whole different animal, a whole different video. And I should get out there one night and show you some of what I'm seeing. But then I'm knocking guys that I work with, and for everything they've all been through, I don't blame them at this point. We've been through some hard stuff this year already, and we still got a few months to go. But alrighty, I've been here 25 minutes. Wasted your time. Looks like only one person's been hanging around the whole time. I appreciate you, even though you didn't say anything. I think I know who it is. And I do appreciate you stopping in. Oh, books are still on sale for another week. Then we go right back to regular prices. I have not sold a single book for the sale. Of course, it's YouTube. Y'all know what I mean. Those of you that are here. Anyhow, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go find some food. Maybe I can stomach a couple of eggs or something, because I don't have another tomahawk. I've already barbecued them. Silly to be me. But if I can't be sure I'm going to be home, I don't want to order in and then not be here to get it when it shows up. Not a good idea. So I'm going to have to find some time and drive down and get some of my own. Anyhow, thanks for stopping in. Thanks for watching my videos. Share them out. Share them out. Let people know I'm still out here. Or at least mention me in your video so that people come by the channel. Alrighty. I'll let you know when the next snowstorm hits and let you know how we're doing. Y'all have a great day. We'll see you later.